Hello and welcome once again. We are back. It's been a minute. We were off for like 2 weeks. We are so sorry that we didn't upload for the past 2 weeks. We both had our personal commitments.
Wasn't it just a week?
No, it is. It's actually 2 weeks. The last one that was up was like 2 weeks ago. So for 2 weeks there was no podcast. There was no Life Unfiltered.
No, but we had 2 episodes before we left, remember?
But for 2 weeks, last week there was no episode and the other week there was also no episode, remember? I don't know.
No, it was just this past one that we didn't have it.
Guys, I forgot.
No, it's only just 1 week.
I need to go back and do my checks. Yeah. But anyway, we are back now. Like we never left.
Yeah.
I hope you guys are well. Happy December, by the way. We are shooting this on the 3rd of December on a Sunday.
Happy festive.
Are you guys excited for the festive? I'm not.
Same here. I don't feel the vibe at all. I don't know why.
Yeah, no.
I don't feel the vibe.
Yeah, it's
I
crazy.
think people who are feeling the vibe are like people who were ready for it.
We have man.
Yeah,
Well, guys,
money,
we don't have money. I don't have money. I'm
plans,
so broke for this
and
December.
things like that.
Yeah,
Really?
man, to think I still have to buy like Christmas clothes and all those things. But anyway, how are you doing? How have you been?
I've been good, I guess. Actually, I'm getting there. I actually have my last exam tomorrow, so I think.
You're still writing?
Yeah, how boring.
I thought you were done.
No, I'm not. I'm having my last one tomorrow.
Mm.
So yeah, at least after that, I'll just only have one thing to focus on. Yeah.
Which is what?
Which is job posting.
Oh yeah, the work.
Yeah.
You need to work. So yeah, man. A lot has happened. I'm still having. I think that year-end fatigue is kicking in more and more after like each day. Nah? Hey, yeah, guys, I can't do this anymore. I'm so done with this year. Hey,
you want to call it cut, let's wrap it up.
Yeah, you can just value in us. No, it's been a while, man. It's been a long year. 2023 was a very challenging year for most of us, as you can imagine as well. And for you, was it smooth sailing or not?
Never. I don't think it was, because as long as you're multitasking or you have that job or school or whatever that you have to meet the goal at the end of the day, I don't think you can ever stay. It has to be challenging.
For me,
somehow it has to be challenging.
And yeah, man, the heat wave. Remember the heat wave last week? You know, like last week Monday, I almost died. I was sitting here like.
We're here in Pretoria, right?
Yeah, like okay, we went to Polokwane on because you remember the heat wave started last week already, and then it was meant to last for a week, and then it carried on to the next week until we got some rain around Tuesday.
Yes.
But before that,
guess what? I was in Limpopo during that time.
How was it?
Oh boy, I didn't want it anymore. Because I think at least like what was the maximum temperature for you guys here this side?
35-ish, 35, 36.
So ours there was like 40, 41, 40, 39, 41,
and then
40,
the chickens
39.
survive.
I guess most of them just spend their time in the shadow.
Well, but chickens can literally die in that time. 41.
It was too bad.
No,
it was too bad. Too
much.
bad. And mosquitoes as well. Woo!
You didn't have a fan or an aircon or
No,
something?
I did have a fan, but the heat was just too bad.
Yeah,
it was just
the
too
heat
bad.
was quick. I was crying like I couldn't even work. You know what I had to do, nah? During the day I would maybe take a nap or maybe sit outside, have tons of water, and then late at night when it's cooler, that's when I actually got some work done, because I couldn't get any work done during the day. It was
So
just
like
impossible.
you can actually take some naps during like work hours.
I work from home, so that's if I don't have meetings.
Yeah.
Well, I was taking naps in between meetings.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, man. Apart from the heat wave, what else was also a heat thing? Yeah, something amazing that happened since we shot.
Another thing that like in the entertainment space, I think is this upcoming artist or whatever. This Komota boy.
Komota. What do you think of Skomota?
What do you mean? Like, he's a
What do
cool
you
guy.
think? Would you date him?
No,
Why
not
not?
date.
Is it because it's ugly?
No, I don't. I wouldn't date anyone in the media space.
Okay, but let's say it was not. Based on his looks, would you date him?
Why are you putting me on the spot? No.
So yeah, it's called being prejudiced. So you're judging Skomota because of his looks.
No, not from looks. Like I said, I wouldn't date him because he's simply in the media space. And
What if he was not?
Like, I wouldn't judge that for now because I don't know what his character is. I don't know his personality or character. So no, I don't know.
Got you. So did you hear about Eugene Koza shitting on Skomota and Shebe shit on Magic's podcast?
Yes, I did.
What do you think of that?
Oh, yeah, like he had a lot to say, eh?
Yeah, no, that they're saying we're celebrating mediocrity. So all these guys, Shebe shit, was Skomota, are just average guys, but we're busy celebrating them. I don't know about that, but
So like his case basically is that there are other people who are worthy to be in the space and receive all the hype that.
but we're giving it to the wrong people.
But why are they the wrong people?
It's like personal vendettas against.
Exactly. I mean, like, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. Like someone said, I think Saul once mentioned that it's their time, guys. It's their time. They're gonna shine. They're gonna fall down or whatever. Someone
But
comes
give
in.
them time.
Yeah,
Like
it's
let
their
them
time.
have their fair share.
Yeah.
Yeah, no?
Yeah. It's just their time.
And then Shebe shit. What do you think of Shebe shit?
He's a cool guy.
Would you date Shebe shit then?
But I don't know what his character is.
Okay.
What do you mean?
It's not
What is
nature.
that?
With Skomota, you didn't hesitate to say no. But with Shebe shit, you're thinking twice about it.
No, I'm not thinking twice. I won't judge it because I don't know their personalities. Simple as that.
Got you, I got you. But no, sorry, man. But yeah, what else happened? But funny enough, when Matt G came back, I got Eugene because I was co-hosting on this other week, and then after Matt G came back,
Yes.
he thinks that the episode with Eugene Koza was one of the best, and he says it's the best co-host that's ever put in charge.
No, I think the best co-host was Dineo.
I didn't watch the No episode, but I watched the DJ Fresh one. I watched the More Flavor
Actually,
one.
no, I'm wrong. The best one for me was Pop Popses.
Is it? Yeah, I remember Pop Pop's co-hosted, and then there was DJ Fresh. There was More Flavor. There was
Yeah, there's been quite a lot.
a couple.
actually.
Whenever Maggie goes to America or Dubai, he puts someone in
yeah.
place.
But for
So
me,
yeah,
it's
man.
been Pop Popses one.
Do you think we're gonna get there as well, whereby I go away and then I put someone in charge?
I don't know. Hey, I don't know. Like yo,
Do you think you can host with someone else?
you.
Well, now you can host with someone else in my absence.
Yeah, I have to make it work.
Okay.
Yeah.
But okay, I always wonder why doesn't Maggie put Saul as the main guy in his absence and then find a co-host in Saul's absence? I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I do get it.
So does that mean Saul will never host that show alone or be the main guy or the main anchor, if we can call it that?
Like with the structure of that show, I don't think he would ever host alone.
No, but can't he be the main and then find someone to sit on Saul's seat and then Saul becomes the new Maggie in Maggie's absence? Yeah, I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
I do get what you're saying. I think maybe, and you know, thinking about it now, he could actually be the best, like, main host.
And
right?
exactly, because he knows
He
all
knows
the tricks and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I always wonder, why does Maggie always have to find
like someone to replace him
Saul
just-
instead of putting him in charge and then
Yeah.
find maybe, well, the ghost is a ghost. She can't be the ghost, but she's a ghost. Anyway, we shouldn't let those guys take over our show. We've got our own show to run, right?
Definitely.
Anyway, I want us to play a game, a quick game.
Yes, let's get into it.
It's a very simple game, nothing hectic. So I'm gonna
I hope
make
it's nothing deep.
no, not of it.
Okay.
I'm gonna make you choose between two brands or something, and then
In terms of what? My preference?
yeah, what you prefer to have.
Okay.
But I'm gonna. Do you even have to tell me why you chose that? It doesn't matter. It's a matter of choice, right?
Okay.
So okay, BMW or Mercedes?
Ooh. What?
Yeah, that's an easy one.
No, it's not. For me, it's not. Okay, Mercedes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then iPhone or Android?
iPhone. What the hell?
Okay, and then Pretoria or Joburg?
Pretoria.
Okay, and then what else? What else can I ask you around brands? Would you rather stay in a double-story house or like a single-story house?
Like alone or with the?
No, whenever you decide to build, family or whatever, like, okay, would you go for, if you were to build, would you build a double-story or a single-story house?
Well, that depends on a lot of things. But for the sake of the game, let me just say.
You're starting to sound like a politician. You know, whenever a politician is about to lie, and they say like, if you can listen to all the politicians whenever they get asked questions, okay, Mr. Malimo, what do you think of this? Like, just know that guy, that motherfucker is about to lie.
Just like the doctor named Matthew Lani, when he's about to lie, he'll be like, you know what, man?
You know what, man?
Just know he's
talking about that guy, Metro FM actually interviewed him and they aired this interview on their Instagram page.
Yeah.
And then after a while, I think they came to their senses like, no, fuck this guy. They deleted the interview.
Did they delete it?
Yeah, they deleted it.
What?
Anyway, we digress. We're still talking about brands. So,
yeah.
VW or Audi?
Ooh. Audi.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in terms of like chicken or beef, if you had to stop eating either, which one would you go for? Which one
I'd go for beef. I'm not a fan of chicken. You know, like growing up, I never used to eat chicken.
But chicken is healthier more than beef. I mean, apparently red meat is not good for you, eh?
Yeah, but for the sake of the game.
Oh, for the sake of the game.
Yeah.
And then, would you go for a Red Bull or a Monster?
Oh, I never drank either of those. But I think the packaging of this one looks nice now, so I'll go for that one.
And then,
well, let me give you this one.
or beer or ciders?
What?
Would you go for beer or ciders?
Obviously ciders, because apparently they're sweet, right?
Well, so they say.
You don't drink ciders?
I do. I drink Savannah, but Savannah is not as sweet as you would imagine. It's a
Yeah.
cider, but it's almost bitter sweet, yeah, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then, what else?
Let me give you this one.
Automatic or manual?
On what? A car?
Cars. Yeah.
Automatic. Hey, I want to be exercising my head the whole way.
I'm struggled. Okay, you go for it.
Okay, Gucci or Louis Vuitton?
I think Gucci is. What is this English word?
No, don't overthink it. Just
Okay,
choose.
Louis Vuitton. It's classier.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Tea or coffee?
Coffee. I love coffee.
Sparkling water or still water?
No, definitely still.
You know, I've realized something about sparkling water actually. It's actually a cure for babalas for me. If I have sparkling water after a rough night of drinking, it actually treats the hangover somehow.
Really?
I never used to like still water as well, but I think about 2 days ago I had still water after a rough night. I actually enjoyed it. It cured the babalas a little bit more than still water would normally
Do it.
you know.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we are done. So, what are we talking about today? General.
So general today we're gonna like touch a lot of concepts. One of them being race, like the racism in South Africa, and another one being loss, like definitely about any kind of loss you can think of, be it money, be it happiness, like everything and everything in between. So we're gonna diverse from this to that. So yep. And another one, we're gonna talk about the hype. Guys, what's the hype with this festive? I don't get it.
If people have money.
Yeah, but yeah, it makes sense because one of them, the reason for festive, for some people it's time for rest, Other people travel, other people get time to spend with their loved ones. So I guess there are a number of reasons to be happy about it.
I guess so, but let's touch on the last one first. I think in one of our past episodes we spoke about like downgrading a lifestyle, which I don't really support. I always think that instead of downgrading, you can make means to make extra money if you can. But if you can't, I mean, no, there's no shame in downgrading lifestyle, I believe. So, but now, what if you have to downgrade now by a matter of like situation, like by force, or sort of like maybe you lost your job, or maybe things are not, coming together anymore. Like one thing I can say, before I touch on that, I think there's this, should I call it an outburst of podcasts? Like everyone has a podcast now.
Yeah.
And what I've picked up with podcasts, I don't know, like nothing wrong with what I'm about to say, but I just feel like, just like with radio, when you are on radio as a radio presenter or something, you are somehow bound, or whether you like it or not, at some point you're going to talk a little bit about your personal life so that people can relate more to what you're talking about. Do you think maybe podcasts make people reveal a lot of secrets about their lives or the people around them, if you get what I'm saying?
I think with podcasts, right, a lot of people get to experience a number of things. One of them being aiming for an extra extra income, and another one being therapy. Because if you check, a lot of people have fun doing, like when they're recording,
they're podcasting.
Yeah.
Okay, because that.
Yeah.
You have fun when you're recording.
Yeah, I do. Because another thing, like you get to talk. Sometimes do you ever feel like you've got a lot to say?
You get to bother.
Yeah,
like
but
to what is this? There's a word I'm looking for in it, but basically to let loose.
Yeah, with
and
your words
you.
and your thoughts and things like that. Because sometimes when you're in your comfort home, your space with your family or people you stay with, you can't just say, what do you think about rent manipulation? What do you think about this? Like, some of them will think like you're boring. Like, dude,
okay, like,
what the hell?
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
or you're trying to be smart.
Yeah.
You're trying to act smart and shit.
Like, yeah, sometimes maybe you're chilling in the backyard and maybe your spouse is like, babe, what do you think about the Gaza thing going on? I'm like,
yeah, some things you get, you express yourself through these platforms.
Yes, you get to share your thoughts and your opinions.
I feel like also like with things like suicide and stuff like that, I think they will definitely reduce or go down with the number of podcasts we're having, because people remember therapy is not cheap, or it doesn't come that cheap.
Yes.
For an hour session, you pay like maybe $1,000 on average. Here for an hour session you pay fuck. You understand? Maybe if something is frustrating you, like your academics or whatever, you can come express them here on this platform.
And for like we black people, sometimes, especially in men, right? You might advise a man to say, dude, why don't you go see a therapist or something? They'll be like, no, I don't do that stuff. But when you invite them and you call them like, dude, why don't you visit me someday and then we shoot my podcast with you? They'll be like, no, cool, I'll come over. Not knowing that you're actually going to do the same thing.
Yeah, it's a therapy thing.
Yeah.
You know why some people hate therapy, they say that you pay money and then when you get to the therapist will ask you, what do you think is the problem? So
like
now you must come with solutions.
They make you like question yourself, like, what's wrong with you?
And then my worst one is whereby they ask you or to tell you to forgive yourself. What did I do?
How do you do that? Like, dude, forgive yourself.
Just forgive
How
yourself.
do you do that?
First of all, forgive yourself. Anyway, we're gonna probably talk about therapy another day. But yeah, I wanted to touch on this last thing. I think this was your idea, whereby how do people deal with having something now and then not having it later? Or it could be a job, a partner, a certain lifestyle,
Yeah.
A certain title, if we can put it like that. I saw this thing on Twitter during the week. Nah? It's actually just that my phone is outside. Let me see if I can find it here on the gallery. So, but what I'm getting to is that this chick, nah, she has like a sugar daddy. Nah? The sugar daddy lost his very, very well-paying job.
I think you posted that.
Yeah, and then apparently she said that he moved back to the townships.
Yeah.
His wife is leaving him. I'm also leaving him.
That was the funny part. It was serious until I got to that part.
At least you can remember it.
Yeah, I do remember.
I'm like, what's wrong with women? Women are crazy, right? But if it was her who lost the job, she would expect him to stick around.
Stay, of course.
Like, I'm also leaving him. The moment she stops benefiting,
she
fucks off.
Like she asks herself, why am I here? Because either way, it's not like I'm gonna benefit anything. So.
And I posted yesterday something I posted something yesterday on my WhatsApp. Guys, what's wrong with my English today? I'm so sorry. I don't know. Men are the kindest people you can ever find. I feel like in my head, this could be wrong, and I might get a lot of backlash for saying this, but I'm gonna continue and say it anyway, because I'm like Julius. I don't get into trouble.
Okay.
I cause trouble. So right now I'm about to cause trouble.
Okay, cause let us hear you. Cause
I feel like there's nothing that women love more than their kids. Like, women love their kids no matter what. Their love for their kids or children, so to speak, is very unconditional. The rest of the stuff is definitely attached to conditions. As a man, for a woman, for you to love you, you need to provide something. They always say a man is a provider. With kids, like, I'm going to give you an example with Leetone on Skim Sam.
oh, okay.
He was about to get arrested. Did you see how his mother cried when he got arrested and whatnot? That's like a mother's love. It comes from within.
Yeah.
Yeah, like whether like he's inside or outside, you always care, and they don't care.
That's true.
No matter how much a child can be fucking up, your mother will always love you somehow. I don't know. But as a man, if you fuck up, you're out. Well. Or if maybe you like that sugar daddy. Okay, I'm also leaving here. That chick is something else.
But I think that goes without saying. Like, remember, for someone that with a child, you didn't meet that person. Like, that person developed inside of you. Like, you fed that person from A to Z until they came out. And like with your partner, you just made them. Yeah.
Just a motherfucker.
Yeah. You just met them and now you're trying to do life together.
But what if you guys have been through a lot then? Like a lot together. Like you've been through thick and thin.
So like if you've been through thick and thin, like obviously the bond is like very thick now. Like it's very defined. It won't be like that simple to write them off or to tell them whatever or to tell them no, go to hell or things like that. That is exactly what I think.
So if a woman has a right to leave a man because he's no longer working, does a man also have the same right to leave his woman because she's no longer working? What if a woman lost her job?
Well,
you see again, you're sounding like a politician. You're about to lie.
Oh my goodness. I don't know where this phrase is coming from. Ever since I went to Limpopo, I've been having this phrase.
Did you lose a bit of your English when you went that side?
Of course.
You know what happens, huh? Like, language is like a muscle.
So, yeah.
So the more you exercise it, the more it gets stronger or it grows. So you're not exercising it enough for the past 2 weeks.
No, I wasn't. Actually, that's very true because when I remember correctly, when I was still in high school, my vocab was.
Did it suck?
No, like it was outstanding. It was very nice, very proper.
What went wrong?
After school, I guess the muscle was not being
exercised. Was not stretched.
Yeah,
in
plus
frequently.
Plus I had like so many gap years, so you can understand. So yeah, what was the question again before the situation?
Okay, if a woman can leave a man when he loses his job, does a man have the same right to leave his woman because she lost her job?
Equally so. I mean, it depends with the person, because, for example, to me, I don't think that's applicable. It depends on who the person is and what are your values and what do you tell yourself about relationships and things like that. I like the one that you posted about. Like
that one was just there for the man.
Yeah, like that one was just there for vibes, money, and all that. But with someone who has been with him through thick and thin, she watched him transform and things like that. It wouldn't be easy for them to say that, you know. So I think it depends on the person or the relationship itself and things like that. So yeah. Yo, I can only imagine what.
But loss is not easy, né? Imagine, né? You were driving maybe your flashy Mercedes Benz when things were still going well for you, and now you have to go back to the taxi. How do you think people navigate through that? To be honest, nah, this is not the situation I can relate to. I've never been in that kind of situation. But how do you think it would be? How simple do you think it would be for someone to downgrade life like that, from driving your flashy nice car, or from going from your suburban life back to a class? And people like us talk too much, especially when you come back as like someone who's downgraded their lifestyle. How do you now navigate through? Because it comes with criticism, self-confidence drops from 100 to 0.
It's bad.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's not simple, because remember, like, you're now used to a totally different system, and not just a system that is very simple, very efficient. You can just get in your car and go anywhere, anytime,
Just drive, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the most convenient life system ever. And now when you have to go back to the taxi, to the township, like, also I think it affects you psychologically as well, because now, like you said, your soul system is done, like, it's tortured. I'm sure I also had the guy, who's he? Tabiso Mukheti guy, the Samuel Generations guy.
I know, the guy that left Ubungoma to becoming a Christian again.
Yes.
And a lot of them are doing that there, but we'll get to that as well.
Yeah, because I also heard him mention that he had an X5 and something else, I don't remember.
They had to downgrade.
Yeah, like, the bank took those things and all that when he lost his job. And
which job? Generations gig?
Yes.
Was he fired?
No, he said his contract was not renewed because their contracts were yearly. So like every year they were renewed.
So he was fired? Or did he get let go with those guys? Remember the guys that were let go?
Yeah, there was a bunch of
in 2014.
No, I think his was earlier, because his was like 2011.
2011,
yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So when he lost that job, he had to go through that. He lost the cars, he lost the house.
His wife as well.
His wife as well.
I knew it.
He lost his wife as well. It's really funny. Like, why would you lose the mother of your kids because of
why
a
do
job?
men always lose their wives when they lose their jobs?
I think like a lot of fights coming now when there's no money, because there's
money
just a lot
simplifies a whole lot of things, right?
Yeah. So I think when there's, and it's also hard when it starts from money to loss. Rather, it starts from poverty to money. Because now if you lose it again, like, you're gonna stay because you've been there before. You know what I mean? So when you meet a person with money, hey, you're in danger, because you never know what tomorrow looks like. And the next thing, they lose their job, you lose your houses, your cars, and now you have to go look for a cheap apartment elsewhere.
If you can afford an apartment, for that reason.
Or go home.
So tell me, how do you think, let's say it's a husband who loses their job, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everything was fine, like he was being respected, proper, but now things start changing.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think the life is now in the bedroom? Is the sex life still the same when you're no longer working?
Mm-hmm.
Or now when you want to hear it, it's more like you're a problem.
Okay, before I answer that, there's this other poster. I don't remember if it was a poster or you literally typed it. But it was saying that was it you? I don't remember. But let me just say
anything with me is possible.
So it was actually a video, right? So the lady was saying, if your husband should be attractive to you, they should be doing better than you.
It was that you need to be making more money, more it was me.
You remember?
It was a white woman,
yeah,
but it was
in
black and white
or something.
Yeah, I remember that. Even my little sister commented on that actually, like this is 100% me. Like I need to date someone who's actually higher than me.
With something. Yeah.
I remember that. I'll try and find it and send it to you.
Yeah, so the other ladies were like that, like naturally. I have to look up to you. You know what I mean? So
but
if
my job loss situation is not permanent, it might be temporary. It might be just for a month or two, especially for example in my space, in the IT space.
Yeah.
There's a lot of work out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can be out of a job today, but I can have a job tomorrow.
Yeah.
So do you expect me to also treat you the same when now I have the money again, whereas you are acting like a bitch when I didn't have a job? You understand?
Yes.
You understand, or you must be very careful about this whole thing.
Yeah.
So, okay, my question again. How do you think the life is in the bedroom when now the money is no longer coming in
the reason
much as it used to?
Okay, so the reason why I brought up that video thing is because when you lose a job and now you don't have, let's say maybe your bank balance now is decreasing, to some women you're not attractive anymore.
No, they turn off.
Yeah,
even when you touch her, like.
Yeah, so obviously that's gonna affect your bedroom life. Obviously, you know.
Well,
to
you
some.
can't fuck.
Literally, you cannot.
So.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. I think this is the advice for the men. For you to maintain your respect and everything, please have money, guys.
Yeah,
I think having money, it saves you from a lot of situations, right?
Yeah. To some women, I don't know. So, but to some other women, it's just because there are other families where you'd find that the person who's making more money and hustling up and down is the mother, right? But when you look at it, there's still love. Love is still present. They're still happy and all that, you know. Yeah. So, it's really different. Women are not the same at the end of the day. So
At the end of the day.
Yeah. So let's say maybe from your side you met a woman, she's married, she has a job, she's qualified and all that. So when she loses it, do you somehow lose
I don't think to men it's like that. You know, like men in most cases, they don't really care much about a woman's man unless it's a male gold digger. No? Because men are generally independent people. They're able to do their own things with or without a woman.
And I also think naturally they have that ego to say, I must be the provider.
Yeah,
right?
so I like to work, even like, you know, like, let's say, for argument's sake, I make 50K a month and then my woman makes 20 or 25, it doesn't matter. Also do all the things that need to be done in the house. If she does anything, it's an extra, it's an add-on, but there is no expectation from me to say, oh, she must do this, she must do that. If she wants to buy herself a car, she can buy herself a car and pay for her own car and stuff like that. But even if she doesn't want it, I can also even buy her a car if I want to. You understand? Men are generally like that. So it's I don't think from our side we really look at it that way. Corey, that's I think it's just an add-on. Yeah, like it's an extra from our side. We don't really. Okay, what I can say is we don't budget on the other party's money. Whatever I make sure that it can sustain the family. You understand, with the kids and stuff like that. So I think from the man's side, nothing much changes whether she works or she doesn't. But yeah, man, I think it's about. Also the communication and the principles that you guys set as like a household to say, okay, you are working, I'm working, what do we do and stuff like that. But we'll get to that. Some stuff I can't relate to because they are not so applicable on my side. Yeah, before we move on from this one, is there anything you want to touch on? Because I've got a couple of stuff that I noted here that we need to talk about. Do you want to?
Okay, before that, I wanted to ask you, what's your take on giving women money, like monthly, for not for house things, but like for them?
While she's working or while she's not working?
Either way. If she's working, maybe in this case, let's say maybe she's making way less than you're making.
I think it also comes back to communication, right?
Mm-hmm.
So every person, even kids, for example, I don't have older kids yet, but even when my daughter grows a little older now, I won't wait for her to ask me for certain things. For example, let's say she's in high school, I'll give her an allowance to buy whatever she wants. Though I might be opening a can of worms there because they'll start buying cigarettes and alcohol and whatever, but that's at their own discretion and what kind of conversations you're having with them. But I feel like any human being, any existing human being, we all have needs, right? And if you're not a dick as a husband or as a boyfriend, you know that your person has needs and they can't come for you for each and every single thing. Why am I getting emails? Anyway, cool. They can't come to you for every single thing they want. The environment you want to try and build is the one that allows them to be themselves, whether you are there or not. Let's say now she's really, really broke and maybe she wants to buy a simple thing, like maybe she wants to go do her hair or nails, or she wants to go buy a simple McDonald's lunch. Must she wait for you to come back for that?
No.
So for you to build a safer environment and a healthier environment, why don't you, allocate something for her that she can have every month? Some call it girlfriend allowance. Do you get girlfriend allowance, by the way?
Yeah, I do.
How much?
I can't disclose that. I don't want people judging me. So.
Okay, plus minus.
No, I can't. Leave me alone.
So yeah, I also give out a girlfriend allowance. No, it's not even that. But like I said, people have needs, and then now you don't want to hand nagging every time she wants something. So you allocating something, it's already you've already solved a problem. Really.
Another one you said about giving your child money. I think it also goes on to, it's true what they say, that actually dads are the ones that set standards for their daughters.
Yeah, you must remember with my daughter, for example, she's experiencing a love from a male figure with me first. So whoever's gonna date my daughter, I'm really setting the bar right now. If I don't love my daughter enough, the other motherfucker loves my daughter more than me, and then now is really went over the bar that I said. But if I love my daughter proper, so if motherfuckers, when they come and try to be smart with her, she'll be like, nah, man, my dad loved me better than this. And I said, though it's not a romantic kind of love, it's a father and daughter kind of love, but I'm really setting the standards for whoever is gonna be with my daughter whenever in future. Though I've never really imagined that, and I'm not even ready to talk about that. Me and my daughter dating and stuff like that. Imagine she's not boyfriend.
But it's just a matter of time. Anyway.
Wow. Are you ready for that?
I can never be, but
it's
inevitable. We can't dodge that one.
Yeah, because I think with a boy child is better, man. Even the conversations are less weird. Imagine, like, I guess. Okay, can you move on? Can talk about something else?
Okay, let's move on to the next one.
So yeah, there was an incident in Zanin whereby, what is that school again? Remind me. We're googling it just now.
Ben Foster.
Ben Foster in Zanin, right?
Yes.
So apparently this guy was on a live video on TikTok or something, and then his white counterpart called him an EFF K word, not Kellogg's, the K word.
Yeah. Afrikaner one.
Yeah, the Afrikaner K word. So yeah, a lot of things happened. The EFF really marched to the school to go toy against the child.
But my question is, why were they catching smoke? Unless if maybe the hoodie that Sonobile was wearing was actually EFF. And
but it was red. And red already is associated with the EFF, right?
But even KFC is red.
Yeah.
But that's unfair.
But there's no other political red party. In the political space, red is EFF.
Okay, but look at it, right? He said this EFF whatever, right? So why is he linking a political party to him as a black person? Because it's not like we were talking about politics.
He's black and he's wearing already. That's why it's racism. It doesn't have to make sense. So coming to that, nah? Okay. When? What is racism?
Yeah. You know, I have this problem, reason why I know that I will never be a good teacher, because I have a better articulation in my head, but I can't like articulate it better. Okay,
so let me simplify it for you. So it's basically a dislike of, you know, another race based on whatever reasons. What I want to come to is this. Maybe it's a question for you again.
Okay.
You don't have to like other people, but now hating is the problem. I mean, I don't have to like another race, but if I hate without any apparent reason, if I hate you because of the color of your skin, already I am racist, right? And do you know that races can also exist within, like, inside a person? What I'm saying is that if a white guy thinks he's better than me because he's white, it doesn't have any actual facts to prove why it's better than me, already is racist. Because you find some white people that are saying, oh, I got black friends, I'm not racist.
But the fact that he said black friends already.
So you see, so now what I was going to come to, I think we spoke about this before we started, right? I don't think there's anything wrong. Hey guys, I mean, need to be careful with my words here, otherwise I'll get a lot of backlash.
Okay.
You not liking the other race, well, that's, we'll say we'll accept that. But now when you start, you know, doing certain things that are actually wrong, because no, he's black, I'm white, he's white, I'm black, and also racism can exist both ways. As a black person, you can be racist to a white guy. If you hate a white guy with no apparent reason, you're also racist.
Yes.
And I feel like in South Africa, it's always regarded as a one-way kind of hatred.
Like it's from white to
black.
Yeah.
Even a black guy can be racist to a white guy. If you hate a white guy who didn't do anything wrong to you, what's wrong with you? Why are you hating you?
You have a problem.
You see? So I think now, with like things like sports and stuff like that, they are kind of trying to unite us, like with the rugby thing. You see how black people supported rugby this year?
Oh, that was amazing, because also I thought maybe cricket was going to come second and not rugby, because if we look at it, its culture, even the name of it comes from a white
Springboks or the Proteas.
No, the rugby thing as a whole, right? So it was just amazing to see South Africans, especially the black tribe.
I even went and bought a Springbok t-shirt in Maravastad.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, I got it like cheap, Maravastad. It was just for that day, and I think I only wore it that day. I've never worn it again before. I think I gave it to my daughter as well to wear it sometime. So yeah, that too, né? And then Malima came back as well, and then he shat on the Springboks thing. It says the name Springboks is also racist. Did you hear about that?
I did. I think I read it somewhere that he actually said that why are blacks celebrating over the name that was celebrated by Fandi what back then? You know, it was just a whole lot of.
Do you think it was right or was talking shit?
You know, Malima, he'll always be him. But I guess.
Would you vote for him?
No. I'll be voting for. What's that? Look, I even forgot the name. I'll be voting for the Benjamin Party.
AADP.
Yes.
You know that is fronting, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, sorry. Fuck
I'm
him.
kidding.
Did you go register to vote? I think that about 2-3 weeks ago they were registering to vote. Did you go register?
No, like when it comes to those things, I'm so indifferent. I'm not interested. I'm not there actually.
You know what I'm looking forward to? The elections day. You know what I want to do on that day? I'm gonna sleep. Flat. I get it. Normally they give us a public holiday when it's election days or
Yeah.
voting day or whatever. I want to use that day to sleep and rest.
But do you ever think ANC is gonna be overpowered anytime soon? I don't think so.
I don't always agree with Eugene, no? But Eugene said something about the upcoming elections, that they are the trickiest elections ever.
This upcoming one.
Yeah, next year I think they're gonna vote around, is it May or July? I can't remember when exactly the voting will happen. But these are the trickiest ever. The DA, black people don't really trust the DA. The EIF is too shaky. Malema talks too much. Sometimes he shoots himself in his own foot. What contradict that man? He will say this and then come and say this again. The ANC fucked up too much. Like no one even trusts those people
Anymore, yes.
I mean, no one even knows if Cupcake will be the next president. And then the deputy president of the ANC, Paul Mashatila, no one has ever heard that guy speak. So we don't even trust him, you understand? So it's going to be a little bit tricky. But I don't know, I'm not interested. I'm not going to vote. I don't even look at any political stuff.
I'm really not interested.
Fuck it. In 2019, I actually voted. I voted in Kuro in Riverside. Voted for Cupcake. Worst thing I've ever done in my life. Yo, I wish I could withdraw my vote right now. Voted for Cupcake for both provincial and national.
What?
Like, fuck it.
Yeah.
I remember even it was the 8th of May 2019 when they voted for Cupcake. Like one or something, but I regret doing that. I fucked that guy, man. Like, you know Gareth Cliff, right?
Yeah.
He used to be a judge on Idols.
On Idols. And he used to be... Is he still a radio host?
Yeah, he's got his own station called Cliff Central, no?
Oh.
You know, Mac G once asked him, like, what do you think of Cyril? You know what, Cyril? He's a very, very average guy, hey?
What?
And you know what the fucked up thing was, no? When Cupcake came into power, we thought that because he's a billionaire, but Cupcake is a billionaire.
Yeah,
he's even he's not a dollar billionaire yet, but he is a billionaire. We thought that he won't steal as much because he already has money. So, but now he just came and fucked shit up. Well, people always say, like, running this country for Cupcake is it's a side hustle.
Then what's the main one?
Being president, it's a side hustle for him.
What?
Yeah, because you must remember,
what?
at ESCOM, for example, right? Let me tell you why there's load shedding. Hey, guys, I hope I've got my facts right. Fact check, I must check for us. So, Mara, normal, okay. Guys, I could be wrong, but no, I am not wrong. I think I know this. So, at ESCOM, right?
Allegedly.
Allegedly, I think that's how you protect yourself. How they generate power, for example. Like, they ban coal with diesel, and that's how they generate electricity. So the company that supplies coal to ESCOM, it's Shanduka. This Shanduka is Cupcake's company. So Cupcake, if there's no load shedding, somehow loses because, you understand, it's not good making money through ESCOM. But anyway, we'll come back to that one day. I digress. What are we talking about? We're talking about race stuff. Have you ever experienced racism, like from a first-hand experience?
Yes, I think I have.
Kanjani, bro.
So it was it last festive or the other one? I think it was last. So, my mom and dad and a little bit of siblings, we went to, where's the place? I don't know.
In Joburg or in Limpopo?
No, Elan.
I know Elan.
Yes.
Like on your way to Zanin.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we went there, and then
I think I remember this. I remember I've heard about this. Okay, anyway, continue.
Yeah, so we get there. Remember, it's December. We're in the vibe. We had swimming costumes, there was snack, and all that. And we had planned also to have dinner or lunch that day. I don't remember. So we get there. So at the gate, there are two gates actually. So at the first gate, we meet this black security, isn't it? So we greet them, and they're like, have you...
No, continue.
Yeah,
Black security.
isn't it? I want you guys to understand.
You are painting a picture.
Yeah.
I see.
So we get there, we greet them, but like on their faces, we could, like when you look at somebody and...
Body language.
Exactly.
Body language. Yeah.
So we get there. So they're like, did you guys reserve or do you have a booking or something here? And we're like, no, we're just coming to swim and just spend time for the day chilling and just leave. And then they're like, oh, okay. Just go to the second gate and talk to the guys there. Okay, so we proceed. So on the second gate, they actually, those two white guys.
Mm.
So
White English guys or Africans guys?
no, Africans guys.
Fuck. Even worse.
Yeah, like these huge guys. I could
the
tell
buff
that.
guys,
I
yeah.
could tell that these ones are Africans actually.
Mm.
So instead of, isn't that, when you pass like just like your gate here, they don't have to come out to maybe talk to you. They can normally they have that small window, or they can just stand by the door.
Scan the normal. They do the normal process. They scan the disc, your driver's license if they need to. Yeah.
So both of them actually comes out, right? The other one to the other window, the other to the other window, and they like don't say a word. Like when they like staring at us like that, and then.
Did you guys have like any suspicious stuff in the car, like alcohol,
nothing?
drugs,
None of
anything?
us drink. Remember, it was just me, my mom, and dad, and cousins. So they're like, what are you doing here? Huh? What are we doing here?
Wow.
Like first red flag question, I could sense that like no, this is a bad
They don't
deal.
want us, yeah.
Yeah. So and then my dad tried to explain that no, we bring the kids here to swim and maybe have lunch.
Did they have to? Like to explain?
No.
How can they know? Like when people come here, they come to have fun and swim and stuff. And it's not like you guys were trying to what a gate crash or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was like they after my dad made that like responded both, isn't that they were like on opposite directions, so like they looked at each other and the other guy was like
it's not being sure.
giving Zimbabwe. So the other one was like no, like he just came with this other lame excuse to say no, it's fully booked, only accept a number of visitors per day and already
reached that number.
and like tell me it's like 10 a.m. in the morning.
That was bullshitting.
We could just sense it, you can sense things. So like no, okay, and we'll come back another day. And also he was like no, if you want to come back for another day, you have to go on our website, send us an email, we'll respond to you. I'm like crap.
It was just proper bullshitting.
That's it, yeah.
I think I've also been to that place. They made me fill out this other like length forms and stuff like that, and I ended up, like telling them to fuck off. Yeah, like that.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, no, fuck it. Like you can't make me do so much admin. Why I'm gonna pay as well?
And you're just coming to have fun and spend your money there as well. So
imagine, like one thing about me, one principle about me, right? Once I sense that I'm getting some bad service, I leave, and then you'll never see me again. I'll tell you a simple example. Here by Kwacha Center, there's this other lady that sells biltong. I love biltong mostly.
Yeah.
When I go there, I used to buy the biltong. So I noticed a couple of times, man, this lady is a bit of an attitude, but I kind of like ignored the attitude thing.
let it pass.
And then this other time, I think she was packing up, but she was not done yet. If she really wanted to give me biltong, she would have given me based on what she had packed already.
Yeah.
And then I get there, I'm like, are you closing? She's like, as you can see. That was the last time I bought biltong from that beach. Yeah, like, fuck this bitch, man. Like, one thing, like, you can't make me suffer for chowing my own man. I can't chow my money like I need to enjoy chowing my man.
She's probably an employee because
she is. It's not a business.
Like,
it's not a business.
if it's my business, let's say I'm selling fruits, even if I'm done packing, if someone comes when I'm right there and say, no, I want a pack of
why
grapes.
that kind of attitude? And like, one thing about me, I'm very respectful to any people and on any level. I respect from cleaners to security guards. But she gave me this bitch attitude, man. I was like, fuck this bitch, right?
I also hate that. And most of the time, I think we receive that from our
fellow black people.
Yeah, and especially from cashiers. Woo!
If you want to witness like a bad attitude from cashiers, must pay before a white woman or a white guy. I once paid before a white woman. The cashier was like, hello, man, how are you doing? Should I give you a plastic?
Like offering the good service.
Yeah, that good service. When I got there, she didn't even greet me, ask me if I needed a plastic or not. What? So you see, already, we are fucking shit up for ourselves.
Yeah.
Black people are giving fellow black people the worst service, and they are also treating these other races better than us. Why? Another thing is that very with us, no? That's why, for example, you see them maybe respecting the white employers more. Let's talk about house helpers, no? Apparently, they say fellow black people abuse them when they help them in their houses. They give them bad treatment. They make them work crazy hours and stuff like that. But with white people, they pay them better. They treat them better. Is that true as well?
It is true. It is true.
So maybe we're also at fault then.
Yeah, definitely. Because why should you treat your fellow black person like trash? When I was still in Joburg, but I got to experience a little bit of the relationships between white people and their helpers, especially black helpers, right?
Well, there's no other helper.
Yeah. So, those people, they treat you professionally. If they tell you you're going to work from, let's say, for example, 7 to 6.
Yeah, or 8 to 5 or whatever the story
exactly,
is.
They keep it that way. And if maybe there are other inconveniences and it happens that maybe she comes back late from work, they'll actually pay you.
Well, those extra hours.
Yes, aside from the salary, they'll pay you.
Yeah, for that overtime.
Because
So I know with some black helpers, they'll make the helpers make tea at 10 in the evening.
Damn.
Imagine that.
Yo, I wouldn't do that.
That's why, cottages in the beds, right? You know what they used to call those back then? They used to be called servants' headquarters. Meaning that's where the servants used to, because when they knock off, they would go there. So with a black family, you stay in the same house with them. So if they want your services anytime, Shonakon.
Then one after work, go to your room. Bath, eat, go to your room. It will also be mean to go knock at someone's door at 9
asking for shit, right?
Yeah. Don't chill with them.
I've always wondered, you must have your own stuff in your room. I've always wondered, how does dating work with being a house helper? And then when do you see your man? Are you allowed to invite your man into your servants' headquarters, or when you need to go see him, they need to give you a weekend off or whatever? How does dating work when you're the house helper?
I think a white family would allow you to, especially when they know that it's your off days. They would allow it, because also you have your own space.
To bring your person or to go to your person?
Either way, anyhow you like it. I think they do allow that, because also most of the times I would see a lot of helpers by the zoo lake, right? On weekends, Saturdays, sometimes they would go out. You could see them. Most of them were from Zimbabwe and some of them from around here. During weekends, they would go there by themselves without kids.
Were they jollering or just having
sometimes there would be men and women, so you wouldn't know what was happening there. So but a black family in most cases, it would be a case. It would be a case.
You know what they say about helpers from Lesotho? Apparently, if you're not careful, a helper from Lesotho will chow your husband.
How?
Apparently, they are very, what is the word? It's not even complicated. Seductive, if I can call it like that. They will try and seduce your husband somehow, and then say you leave them with your husband. Your husband is with me, for example. I work from home. Let's say my Lulu is not around. She will try to do certain things to actually, seduce me, and then as a man, apparently they even use some mutinyana to make sure that it works. And then as a man you will fall for it without actually realizing that this bitch got me to
but for first, why would you want a helper that is within your age range? No, you look for a magogo that you know that she doesn't stand a chance. No concussion would work. No matter how she used it. So you don't.
What if I want then okay, you know what the tricky thing is with hiring an older helper, no? Is that when they fuck up, you can't really call an older person to order. Let's say now I hired a 60-year-old, and then she fucks up, maybe she burns my shirt or whatever. I can't say, Magogo, why did you burn my shirt? But if this was a younger one, I'm like, hey, why are you fucking up?
Okay, I know you once had an older helper. How did you reprimand her that time?
I couldn't.
Or she
But-
never used to fuck up?
She did sometimes, but okay, you know what I did now? Because I found that helper when I was still living by myself, and when Mama Lulu came, I would now ask her to fight my battles. Because you know, sometimes she would burn some of my collars were burning and stuff like that. I would ask her to nicely tell her to, you know, hey, but it's not easy.
Yeah,
it's not easy to call an older person to order. Yeah, you ask them nice, but what if they are really, really fucking up? Or
But also, she herself, did she not used to maybe tell you when she says that, oh, maybe I fucked up here, let me tell this person?
Yeah,
hey.
she used to do that. I remember there's this other polo t-shirt of mine. The polo thing in your logo was black initially. Then she put bleach on it. Now it's now brown. But she told me, I'm like, you know what? She's like, hey, I think I fucked up here. I'm like, nah, it's okay. You see. So, but you have to act like it's okay, even if it's not okay. That's the problem. Anyway, we need to load this one off. We're almost there, like an hour now. I want us to talk about do's and don'ts of December. What are the do's and don'ts?
Okay, I know this one's very well.
Do's and don'ts. What are the do's and not the don'ts?
Okay, I'm gonna break this down clearly for you guys, right? So I'm gonna start with ladies. A single lady, for that matter. You're a single lady. If you're going out to a club or whatever, you must always carry your cash, like at least little cash in case inconveniences happen. You know, like these let me say wives can pull up anytime, like anything can happen, honestly, right? Let's say maybe you're a single girl, you go cheat, and then maybe you meet someone's husband, you chill with them, and then maybe their wife pull ups, or he himself turns his back on you and decide not to like drop you off, or decide not to give you Uber money. Like a lot can happen, you know. This season.
How did you get here? Continue to that.
No, there are a lot of shenanigans, but this 3 weeks that we have here, this is a lot.
It's gonna be crazy.
If you're going out, at least have your own money. Don't buy, look nice, slay without a single cent, because that's just dodgy itself, right?
So just fuck.
Yeah. Like where you going if you don't have money, right?
We shouldn't even be talking about this, but anyway, continue.
Yeah.
Because I think it's a standard that if you go out, have your own money. I mean, who are you planning to drink?
But like, I'm saying this because it happens.
I saw this other thing. I think it's a fake post from the SAPS, no? Where they said that if you drink someone, they must expect something in return. If you don't give them, don't come and report them here. We've got serious cases to deal with.
Yeah,
so guys, don't drink people and refuse to give them what's rightfully theirs. Once you drink someone, whatever they ask must give.
When you drink someone, you're agreeing to trade. So
imagine drinking someone.
Sounds very
that killed
funny.
me. It's a direct translation.
Yeah. So another one, ladies. When you go out, especially that you know that you don't have a car. You do have your own money, but you don't have a car.
Call an Uber.
Yeah, you can call an Uber, but even if you call an Uber, guys, make sure that you carry something, maybe a small pepper spray that fits inside your bag, because I've read a lot of dangerous stuff. Also on TikTok, people are sharing. Also, these Uber drivers, there are some that are very.
But what about in places like home, like Kamanju? So there's no Uber Kamanju. How do you get by if you don't have your own car now?
So if you're in places like that, make sure. Let's say maybe I plan out, okay, Nyaka Mashudu, right? I should also plan my transport beforehand. You know?
Absolutely. For going and coming back later. You must arrange.
I must arrange them, like I know that, okay, this person's gonna drop me back home, you know? I don't kind of think about these properly, but
I was putting you on the spot there. And with the gents, any advice for the gents?
So for the gents, right? Especially gents that lives with their girlfriends or wives or whatever, right? I would say, like, don't allow this month to give you a bad start off for 2024. So to avoid that, especially because you know that they say a happy home means a happy you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like communicate at all times. Even if you know that okay, I'm gonna be here, like communicate with your person. It eliminates a lot of like they won't bore you.
Unnecessary stuff. But I thought relationships closed on the 30th of November. I thought we are all single in December.
They don't close. Who said so?
Mine closed. I'm single, Mina, right now. Both tight and non-sad, both tight. I'm very single right now until my 5th of Jan. And then I'll be back to having a person.
So what's the need for you to be single now? For your relationship to close, what's the need for it?
I need to be free.
Free from what?
From like if I want to go anywhere, I can go anytime because I'm single.
No, but even if she say you can still go anywhere, just communicate, baby. Baby, I'm doing
the
this.
Relationships are closed now. We'll see them in Jan.
So okay, let's say maybe next year, for example, just an example. Let's say maybe the following first of next year, you're gonna be married by then. Are you gonna still close?
Yeah, it's standard.
But you're married now.
It doesn't matter. They close. But all the gents, hey guys, look in my jazz. The things are crazy.
Yeah,
you didn't tell the chicks to carry condoms. Must the chicks carry condoms in
No,
their
isn't
bags
that
instead of paper
you-
spray?
Eh?
Apart from paper spray, should they also put the condoms in the bags?
Yeah, I think they should.
So if they do, it means they are planning to go get child.
If it's your plan. If
So,
it's
but
your plan,
Do some girls go out with that mentality? Say, I might get child today. Let me just get
definitely. Yeah, they are obviously.
Fair.
Or just maybe take your preps, guys, because you guys, when you drink some vanas, you lose your
you lose your morals
and your reasoning capacity.
Yes, and then now.
Yeah, just take your preps, guys, and be safe.
But prep doesn't work same day. You need to take it for a certain number of days for it to be effective. I think it's for about 2-3 weeks.
Oh,
Then that's when it starts. You can't take prep today and expect it to be effective again. But we'll talk about that one day.
Okay.
Do's and don'ts. What else? What did we forget?
What did I leave out? Also male people should carry like the protective stuff, guys. Because,
PPE.
Yeah.
You know what
it's
PPE is?
not just what is it? It's not just for ladies. Also men should.
PPE is personal protective equipment.
Oh.
Like in the mines or wherever. Things like
Your
safety
hands.
boots, your helmet,
Yeah.
your reflective what one we call them PPEs.
Oh,
So now
PPE,
what about PPE?
Yeah. Carry your PPE, guys. Carry that.
Wow. But it's a personal protective equipment.
Yeah.
And then you
It's just
party here, serious. Hey guys, I think we should call it.
I can't believe myself. I'm discussing this with my uncle, guys. I give Valifan.
I Valifan. We are here, boom. It's personal.